A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. My name is Dr. Ghaffer, and today I will tell you how every one of you become a film star. Not just for IE 202. If you see my presentation today, in the end, every one of you will become either a movie star or maybe a film director. All right? Maybe you think maybe he is exaggerating or telling too much, but hopefully you will see. So I would like you to please pay attention to this, and hopefully you will have a wonderful understanding of what I am trying to tell you. So the first thing, the question everybody is asking here in the minds, why are we creating a film when we are engineering students? We are not film students, right? Are we? No, we are not studying media and arts. So then why we are creating this? Can anybody tell why? Why this big problem with Zahma? Yes. Document your work, yes. So in engineering design IE 202, there are different goals, right? They tell that after you finish this course, you will learn this, 1, 2, 3. Tell me, where does it fit? Like you learn managerial skills, like management skills. You learn teamwork. What else? Where does it fit in? Okay. So answer is here. Improving communication skills. So in the project, you have to write a report, progress report, correct? This progress report is what? Communication skill. You are communicating through a paper to me, to your instructor, so they can mark for you. PowerPoint presentations. You do PowerPoint presentation in your classes? Yes. What is PowerPoint presentation? Communication skills. So what is video? Video is also communication skill. How can you communicate your video or your project to the people within a short period of time? Now when you leave this course, tell me how many people will read your project report? How many? No? Maybe your professor will put it in the bins after some time. Same goes with your final report, same goes with your PowerPoint presentation, all in the computer or somewhere, no advantage, correct? How about video? You can create a YouTube channel and put it there. Until your life is finished, you can still watch it. We did this, correct? Now you saw that in the beginning I said that we can create a video using a mobile phone. So people might ask, why a mobile phone where there are so many cameras around? You know there are so many cameras people are using. Big cameras, $20,000 cameras, 50,000 real cameras. Why a mobile phone? This is the big question, right? That whether we will get the quality, whether we will get some sort of good output out of our camera. So let me give you an example here. How many people recognize this man? Charlie Chaplin. Have you seen their old black and white videos? But those videos were quite big hits, correct? So can you tell me that the camera they used in their movie was better than your mobile camera? So what does it mean then? That your mobile camera is much more powerful than the camera they used in 1916s. But even in 1916, with those poor cameras, they can create a big billionaire type of, they are blockbuster movies. I give an example from my own country, a Punjabi movie called Mola Jat. People who can read Arabic, they can read this Mola and Jat, right? This was a movie released in 1979, and it has a world record of being in the cinema halls for about 3 consecutive years. Never got down of the cinema. Normally a movie comes, stays there for 1 week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, goes away. No, never. I saw it maybe 50 times and still I want to go and watch. This was such a good movie. Imagine in 1979 what type of camera they would have used. Better than yours? Not at all. So that means that you can create a very good video with your cameras, which are now very powerful, and they are embedded in your mobile phones. There is an example, a movie called Tangerine. It was released in 2015 by a producer or director, Sean Becker. He used actually 5 iPhone 5S. People who are using Apple products, they know that Apple is bringing or releasing a new phone every year. So there was an Apple iPhone 5, then Apple iPhone 5S, then Apple iPhone 6, then 6S and 6S Plus, then 7, then 7 Plus, then 8, then 8 Plus, now iPhone X. Imagine, compare with an iPhone X. What sort of phone is this? He created a movie, wins 5 high-level awards. If you doubt that, have a look at this. That's the movie Tangerine. You can see one guy is shooting 2 actresses going, and he has a mobile phone with a stabilizer. And the other scene you can see there, they have a actresses fighting, and they are recording with 2 iPhone 5S. But what they have done is, they have used some accessories, like you can see this is a lens you can put on the top of an iPhone, which can give you more filmic look. This I will come later on. So until now, I am trying to convince you that your iPhone is a very powerful tool. You can create a blockbuster movie with your iPhone, with your Android, whatever you have. So what is a good movie? What is a good movie? You might have seen movies and you like it. Why? Story, hakaya. If there is no story and you have $1 million equipment, will people watch? But if you have a very simple equipment, but your story is strong, everybody will watch it. Everybody will say, yes, this is the movie. This is the one which I want. Doesn't matter what camera they use. We don't care. So in your case, what is the story? Your project, well done. And if your project is crap, and you bring a guy from outside and pay him 5,000 real to shoot it, will it be sold? Will people accept the video? No. I will show you some example later on that how to make a movie which you can sell. Also one question, when you make a video, which is more important, video or audio? When you make a video, there are 2 things in a film, the video and the audio, so which is more important? Video. You see, most people say video, but audio. In 100%, 80% audio, 20% video. I will show you examples, you will see. So I already hopefully convinced you that your smartphone, your mobile phone is quite capable of recording very high quality videos and films. So I have to give here some tips to the people, all of you, some tips that you can use to get your phone use your phone as a professional director or professional movie maker. So this is the tip number 1. Put your phone on airplane mode. Why? Why to put your phone on airplane mode? Yes? Yes. You are recording a very, very important scene and your mother calls and khalas, video stop. And also, when you put in airplane mode, even Wi-Fi should be switched off. Somebody texting you on WhatsApp, right? And message comes and your video is blocked. So the first thing you have to do, put your phone in the airplane mode. Have you heard about 4K? 4K. What is 4K? $4K means 4,000. 4,000 mean if this is your screen, number of pixels, dots, this side 4,000 and this side 2,000. And what is your full HD, which is called 2K, almost 2,000 this way and 1,000 this way. You see the same picture with full HD and same picture with 4K. Which is better? 4K. And if you see of this picture, when you zoom in with pixel, when you zoom in, you will see that the 4K video will still look very bright compared to the film which you are shooting on a low resolution. So whenever you start recording, make sure your phone is recording 4K. If you don't have 4K, khalas. I am quite sure that in each team of 4 members, I am quite sure one guy will have an iPhone or an Android which has 4K. Never record in 2K or low resolution. It will cause you a lot of problem in the editing section. We will talk it about later. Now, if you see a guy in a park or in a recreational place or in a university holding phone like this and making video, think he is Majnoon. Khalas, he don't know anything. Why? Always hold your phone like this. Otherwise, what will happen? This will happen. When you put your video on a TV or any your 16:9 monitor or even your phone, picture will appear in the middle. And some people already call it is like a sin. So if you see a guy who is recording a video like this, what will you think in your mind? You got the point, huh? So always hold your phone like this, so that you have this 16:9 resolution. As I said, audio is more important than video. If you have 4K, everything is good, but audio is not coming well, it will be an issue. So let me skip out of this and show you a small video. Just please bear with me, I show you a small video and you will understand what I mean.
Things change drastically when we switch that around. See how having good video and good audio is so super important. But if you had to choose, you shouldn't have to choose, but if you had to, maybe good audio is what you should be choosing.
So you got the idea? So even if your video is not very good, but your audio is good, people will listen. If your video is very good, but audio nobody can, people will mind it. So you know that these phones, the internal mic here not good. So you always have to use an external microphone as you are looking here. And when you click is closer to the microphone, like you see I am recording to the camera with a wireless mic and mic is very close to me. If I just talk and the camera record there, it will never have any good audio. So in your project, your video and audio quality should be very good, but more emphasis on audio. Before you start recording your video, please make sure that your camera lens is clean, because if you don't have a clean lens, the picture will become blur, the video will become blur. You can see the artifacts on the top. And normally we put our cameras in our pockets. Normally we have camera somewhere where you will see the dust on the lens. So make sure that you take a fiber cloth and clean your camera, whatever mobile phone you have, before you start a shoot. Now, if I have a phone with in my hands and I'm recording, can I be very smooth? If I keep like this, no, I cannot. If I keep it here, maybe little bit with the hands and then move, I can still stabilize it. But if you are recording an interview and you put it on the top of a tripod or a monopod or this selfie stick, it will be stable. So whenever you are recording an interview of your friend telling about the project, should have a small tripod and put it on the top of this like this. So once you have on the top of this, the camera will become stable and your video quality will be very good and there is no shake. Otherwise, you can see that guy or you can see this picture, you will have something like this in the end and it will not be very good for your project. Now, before you start moving and recording, make sure that your phone has at least 10 GB free memory. Why? Before you start recording, your mobile phone should have at least 10 GB free memory. Yes, because you are recording very high resolution and the memory will fill very quickly. So if you have 64 GB phone and 55 GB or maybe 60 GB already filled with your videos, photos and stuff, and you start recording, after 3 minutes, it will stop in the middle because the memory is filled. So make sure that you back up your data, or I suggest normally if in your team somebody has a phone with higher memory like 256 GB, use that phone. Select one phone out of the team, which one will be used, and then use the same phone for all your shooting. Otherwise, it may become a big issue for you. It can stop in the middle and then you are done, you are left with nothing. So before you start, make sure that your mobile phone has a free memory. Now, when you are recording, and I will show you a video also, when you are recording, do not record outside where students are moving, correct? Or where the cars are moving. You can tell me, can you tell what will happen? The background noise. And people get distracted with the noise and they will say, well, we are stuffed because the person who is watching your video, he is focused on you, not on the cars. So he wants to listen to you. So make sure that whenever you make an interview of you, because every member has to talk and say something about the project. So it should be like this. Either you can go to some friends, your team member's home, or go to a good library somewhere where it's quiet and then you take your video so that people can hear you and they are not distracted by other things. It will make your video quality quite higher. Now, one thing is that these mobile phones, they have an application from the company, like Apple has its stock app and Android has its app. But the problem with these apps, they are not very professional. For example, I am here and I am recording your interview with this phone. Where is the mic? Mic inside, right? In my mobile. How would I know that the audio is being recorded here? How? Can the application tell me about any information about the audio recording? No. So what can we do then? And this happened to me. I was recording, I was giving a paid job to do an interview. I recorded for 40 minutes. When again got home, I recognized that the guy did not switch on the mic. And because I could not see on the screen, all money gone. So the best thing is you should have a software. One is called Filmmaking Pro, the other is called Movie Pro. They are very cheap softwares. I use normally Filmmaking Pro for my videos. And you can see in the Filmmaking Pro on this side, there is a bar. You will see when the audio will come, it will move, and you can see the audio is coming. And also here in this one, you can see this on one side. You see the orange line there? It will show you. And it will allow you to connect outside a dual pin, 2 pins. And on one pin, you can put the headphone and you can listen live. So you can ask the guy to speak slow, or you can ask the guy to speak louder so that your audio become equal. Because if you lose the audio, you lose the everything. So I suggest that when you set up the team budget, you know, we have a team budget, put this about 40 reals there for this. Please install at least one of these. It will give you, it's not just audio, there are so many other options. It's become like your camera become like a 10,000 real camera. It's so much control. With the stock app, you are not sure. So one of these you can install, and it will also allow you to plug external microphones, which is quite good. Now, look at this light. If I take this light out, the guy who is recording me, can he get face of mine in the camera? Because the other lights are not on me, you see. If we have switched all the lights on, then you cannot see the screen, so we are stuck. So I have a question again. If you have 100 real and you have to buy lights, audio and camera, how much you will spend percentage wise? This is the question to you. Yes. If you have 100 real, you are setting up a film studio, and you know you need light, you need audio, you need a camera. How much you will spend on camera, how much you will spend on lights, and how much you spend on this audio systems? I think my section should tell. I explained this before. What is more important? Audio. So when I ask normal people, they say I will spend 80 real for the camera, 10 real for the light, 10 for the audio. It's other way around. 50 real for the audio, 30 real for the light, and just 20 real for the camera. And I give you an example. For example, if I bring a camera from this door in, which is a Hollywood camera about $20,000, and I switch all the lights off, can this camera do anything? Why? No light. And if I have a very good light, and even if I have an iPhone or an Android, I will definitely get a very good audio. So if your light is good, your audio is good, even a small camera can give you a very big picture. But if you don't have good lights, so every time you are shooting, make sure that when you are interviewing me as a team member, the light should be here, not on the back. Even if you are doing outside, make sure that the sun is on my face, not on the back. So if I switch that light off, you can see this phone has a very small light on the top. If you remove that light, the picture will become very blurry. And I can tell you, this light can change my personality. You make this light from here, I look different. You put here, I look different. You put there, it look different. So the lighting setup should be something like this. The lighting is on the face, not on the back. And you can see this guy is using a DSLR, probably $600. But look at the lights, how expensive they are. So lighting is very important. If you have no lighting on the face of the interviewee, the guy you are interviewing, you will be in trouble. Your video will look awful. It will not look good. So for example, I give an example here. Look at this. By the angle of light, the way the angle is coming on the talent, you can see the whole personality is changing. Looks a different person. Not looking the same person. So this means that your lighting should be, the light should be very, very important for you. Okay, this is the mic. Here I have this is a camera, and I put a microphone here. And this microphone I connect to one guy here. How many audios I am getting in? One. If I want to interview two people, what will I do? I have to another mic. For that one, we need call a mixer. Mixer means that it takes 2 or 3 outputs in, inputs in, and outputs one. This is a ceramic mixer here. You can see on the top, you can see 2 small mics. In these 2 small microphones, you can actually connect the wired any mic, no problem. You can remove this and connect anyone, any mic on there. And it also has some amplification. You can increase the audio, you can decrease the audio, and you also have a headphone. You see this guy is wearing a headphone? So he exactly knows that the audio is coming. He is sure, 100% sure. And I'm 100% sure he's also using Filmmaking Pro or some otherwise it cannot be. And you can see with a very small rig over there, he is creating a professional video. No professional camera, just a phone, see? And nowadays, you know, the mobile journalism, when people are doing shoots for a TV show, or they are bringing news, now they don't take a big camera. They always take like this. You can see nowadays, because they are so powerful cameras. So if you have to have multiple mics, use something like that. Also, you see the lens, very small. The lens on a phone is very small. If I'm standing here, and I want to take all of you inside the camera, can I take it? So what is the way? Well, how can we do this?
Fisheye lens.
Yeah, fisheye lens, wide angle lens. Fisheye become very distorted, like a fish, like a samak. But that is not normally done. Normally we use, you see that this no lens here, no lens. just iPhone. When you put the lens on, look how big it become. Same for the zoom. This is the normal picture. When you zoom, this is the picture, and you can put a zoom lens. Tell me why we don't zoom from here? Why? Why from a camera we don't zoom? Yeah, the quality will change because it's not an optical zoom, it's digital zoom. The pixels start break. So if you look at the two lens cameras, like iPhone 7 Plus has 2 cameras, Huawei has 2 cameras. Why 2 lenses? So one is for wide, one for zoom, because you cannot physically move the lens, right? Can you move? We cannot move, right? Because it's a problem. You see fixed here. So you can see the accessories available like holoclip, moment. There are lots of lenses. I have got all of them with me for different situations. For example, I'm in a short room. I'm recording a wedding ceremony, and I cannot go back. And there is no point from here to go back. What can I do then? Put the lens on, boom. What is this lens? Can somebody tell me? Macro lens, macro, very close. If you take this phone, it will blur. So if you put the macro lens, you can do macro photography, macro videography, where you are trying to capture ants or some animals or flowers or something. So your phone can provide you lots of different options with the lens to make different angles, different scenes, everything. These are some extras for your phone. All right, this is an extra additional tip. You see this screen? You see the whole screen? The naturally, when human beings, the people like us, when we look something, we don't look in the center. We always look aside. It's called composition, where to put the person, where to put your talent. For example, you know this dunya, this earth, or this whole universe is created by Allah with a formula, with a ratio called 1.61 to 1. Everything is like this. For example, look at me. Look at my belly button here. If this is 1, from here to down 1.613. Look at my hand. If this is 1, this is 1.613. Look at my hand. If this is 1, this is 1.613. Look at Makkah, the Kaaba. If you go to North Pole to here 1, south 1.613. Even my face. If this is 1, this is 1.613. Look at my lips. This is 1. This is Allah found a composition that if you put it like this, people look beautiful. So imagine if my belly button is here, how would it look? If your legs and everything is equal, how would it look? So composition is very important. If you don't compose things properly, it will look bad. So on a screen, whenever you do an interview, make sure that you have a grid line. Third mean there are 3 sections here. You divide screen 3 on horizontally and 3 vertically. All mobile phones have these lines. You can activate this, called rule of thirds. And your person you are interviewing should be on this line. So I request you that when I will show you some further videos, please tell me they are using rule of thirds or not. So for example, look at here. This is a picture, a cup on a table. But look where the guy has put it. This is our subject. Did he put in the center? Not at all. It should be on some sort of intersection. So it should be somewhere here. This line or that line and some intersection either here or on the top. You can select anyone, but it has to be on an intersection, not in the middle. Middle mean he doesn't know filming. Middle, normally people when interview, they put the head in the center. No. Now I will ask another, okay, look at this video clip. A guy looking towards, and there is one, you see some juice or whatever it is here. Look, both are on the rule of thirds. One is on, you see his eyes here? Where did they put? Exactly on the center. And look at there. The edge of your this, they put on the center. So whenever from now on, whenever you watch a video or a film, always keep this rule of third in mind and see. You will find exactly the same thing which I am telling you right now. I will show you some videos and you will see. Okay, after we have made the video, everything, what we'll have to do now? Editing, yes, post-production. We have to take in the software, put the background, little bit music, check, adjust the audios, adjust the video color, everything. So there are so many, maybe you have heard it of. For Windows, normally the most powerful is Adobe Premiere Pro. And if you use a Mac system, you know that is Final Cut Pro. Have you heard about this before, somebody of you? Not yet. And there is another called Filmora, which is here on the side. And you can see when you edit, then you can put lower thirds like this, and you can put the name and everything. And because we know that you people, you are, as a student, you are not capable of editing, so this editing will be provided you by some of our video assistant, which we'll hire. These people will come and help you in the editing, because for you it is not an easy job. Okay, now I tell you one thing. This my talk, how much time I took for this talk? About 40 minutes? 45 minutes. My students in the other class, I delivered this lecture to them in a class not like this. They summarize it in 3 minutes. Let me show you. All right. So I have a question for you now. How did you find it? I speak for 45 minutes. They give you only 2 minutes. Which is better and less zahma, like problem? Huh? So that's why we are asking you to make your video only for 3 minutes, not more than that. Why? You see, when you will see the conditions applied to you, that each team's video should have length of 3 minutes, maximum 5. But we suggest, strongly recommend, it should be 3 minutes. Why? Because there is a survey, a presentation like me. If I cannot convince you in first 5 minutes, you will not watch me. This is worldwide standard. If you are speaking somewhere, you are presenting on a like hall like this or in a classroom, and you started a speech, and in the first 5 minutes people become bored, they will be sitting there thinking something, sleeping, but they will not be in contact with you. And on a YouTube video, where we will put actually your videos on a YouTube channel, there you have only 8 seconds. Within 8 seconds, if people are interested in your video, they keep going. Otherwise, khalas, next video. So you saw this. Now I will show you 3 examples of IE202 projects done by our students. It is not actually mean to just show that they didn't do good or bad. Just to give you an example, I will show you not a good video, then I will show an IE202 a good video, then I show a video from MIT. Some examples, and you will see, you will feel yourself inside you, that whether you like it or not. So let me play it for you before we go to the next step. So first I will play a video which is not very, you will not like it too much, I am quite sure. All right.
Number 1 عبد السلام القرني.
Number 2 Bars Masratif.
Number 3 Khalid Makhdoom.
Member number 4 أشرف ناصر.
Member 5 Urakan.
Is it interesting for you? Be honest. Boring? Why? Okay. No background music, no audio. And we are almost 1 minute and 44 seconds. 1 minute 44 seconds, and you don't know what is the project title. Do you know what they are doing? Do you know their project? Do you know the khulasa, the summary? No. And this whole video, if you watch, it is 14 to 15-minute video. Please in the hall tell me, how many of you, if you put it on YouTube and somebody is there, how many of you will watch this video? Tell me. Probability. It's almost 2 minutes and they could not capture you, right? So you are switched away. So what they have done, they are explaining everything until they go here. Look this. Now they are bringing 2 blind people. You can't see. Some blind people, they can't see. And now they are showing that they have done something for blind people, and the time is almost, we are now 11 minutes and 13 seconds. 11 minutes and 13 seconds is telling me what actually it is. So if you make a video like this, normally we will not allow a video more than 5 minutes anyway, but if you make a YouTube channel and you do videos like this, your video YouTube channel or Facebook channel will never be successful, because you did not capture people's mind within the first few minutes. You see, so they are just showing something without any purpose. Now tell me one thing, guys. Audio quality good or bad? Good. Video quality good or bad? But acceptable. Not bad too much, but acceptable. But what is making them get 0 out of 10? Story, no story. Even if they have a good story, they could not put in a proper way. They did something good, but they could not put it in a proper way.
طبعا هذا المشروع
Okay, so
مشروع ناجح جدا.
شكرا تسلم.
وبشكركم على هذا.
This is an example of a bad or not a good story. I should say not a good story. Now let us look another one. Okay, look at this one. Okay, let us stop here. First second screen comes, what do you see? You see a film, you see a story, and you know what is the topic. It is a smart umbrella, right? You know the umbrella? If you are not interested in umbrella, you are interested in something else, you will stop and go ahead, but at least they capture you within first 2 seconds. Okay, let's go here.
A dark area where light from light source is blocked by an opaque object, and that's what we call shadow. We are students at King Abdulaziz University, Faculty of Engineering, and we are going to show you our project in IE 202 course, Introduction of Engineering Design 2.
Our project is an umbrella
Did they use rule of thirds?
according to sunlight to give us as much.
Any rule of thirds here applied? Okay. Now, when you see the next video from MIT, see there also. But they are sitting in a quiet place, quiet. No back zama. You are not. You are only focusing on the guy. Look, he has wore a mic. Look, he is not wearing anything. He has a mic which is connected to the camera. So audio quality very good.
As possible. We got the idea of our project from two sources. One, sunflower plant. Two is from a solar panel field and how they move with the sunlight.
So you know the sunflower, huh? You know the sunflower moving with the sun. They get the idea from there.
Our project is to take two things. One, as much energy as possible. The second thing is to take much shade as possible. We designed this project for all users to use it wherever they want to use it, especially in the public parks. Our client is Professor Hussein Abdelbari, who is our instructor in this course. We can develop it to be
Okay.
more useful by
How many members in your team? 4 or 5. Look, each member is talking. So in your video, each member has to talk. You cannot say, because my English is not good and I cannot talk, so only one guy talk. No. You have to talk. Even if in Arabic, please talk. You see, everybody is saying something there. Everybody is saying something. So you have to say something.
We made an initial sketch for our project before we start building the project.
Okay, tell me what he is doing now with his hand. So why we are interested to see with you are doing something with your hands. Can somebody tell why we are interested with these things? Because we will think you did it outside. Some projects, in some cases, it happens that people take a lot of outside help from teachers, from colleagues, whatever it is. But we want to see actually you are doing something with your own hand, and you see this guy is showing you that even the model he is designing himself. And in the next step you will see what he is showing. They are even showing how they cut the wood. This is the guy, he is going into mechanical workshop, whatever workshop it is, and they are showing you. And look at the lighting, how nice the lighting is. Look at how nice the music is. Look, the camera is not jerking. Look at the video quality, how it is good. So they are doing everything with their hands. They are using their hands. So when we see your video, we want to see hands-on. You do something with your own hand, not by somebody else. So your video should give everything like this. So probably from next week you have to start shooting. See, now they are showing how this is moving. Look, the circuit inside, the circuitry inside, the LEDs inside, and how it is moving, everything they are showing.
At the end, we would like to thank everyone who helped.
Here is the rule of thirds. Look good or bad? Looks good or bad? So in this video, all right. So in this video you saw how many points we saw. Number one, it finished in 6 minutes. The other one was 16 minutes. So 6 is better than 16, right? You don't have too much time to spend. But we want you to make the same thing in 3 minutes, so that people should not get bored. Just go to the point, show them that you are working hand. Each member of the team has to talk like they are talking. Now I show you a video from MIT. Have a look.
This class is called Introduction to
How is the audio?
Design. It's an
Good.
open-ended project-based design
Rule of thirds, can you see?
process. Get to develop their own ideas
Can you see rule of thirds?
from generation to implementation.
Can you see rule of thirds?
To have them come up with ideas
Let when the people come and speak, have a see.
10, 15 years from now.
We were talking about ventilation.
Look at this.
It has to be a ventilation system in place in a tunnel.
The experience that we want to convey to our students is the systematic design process for innovation.
We wanted to see if this layout will change the wind and increase comfort for pedestrians. We'll have 4 anemometers set up throughout the city to look at what the wind is like in different places. We had this fan that was directed into a tunnel. We had a circular base with buildings on it that we could then move around, and we used anemometers to measure how much wind speed there was in various parts of the city.
Our big picture, big question is it possible to
Again, rule of thirds. Keep watching.
from traffic flow and tunnels? We built a track with a carriage that had a modular system where we could control the amount of cars on the carriage.
Look, rule of thirds.
And we built a tunnel and a propulsion mechanism that sent the carriage through the tunnel, and we calculated how much wind was generated by the carriage.
We're going to model different types of light wells, changing the geometry.
And then we will take light readings at each story and compare those for the different geometries. Our goal was to try to increase the amount of light getting to the floors, which we were able to do to a pretty significant degree.
The other courses I've taken have been very theoretical, so it was nice having a hands-on experience.
Every group member has their own strengths and weaknesses.
And now multiply that by 15. I love math, so I immediately offered to do the calibration, the fluid dynamics of everything Paul really took on.
One of our designs, which was our offset design, actually prevented wind tunnels.
Rule of thirds
by
again.
Blocking off these long roads.
And what you actually see is that you get nearly linear.
Seeing something that you design and actually in use at the end working, it's a pretty good feeling.
And then we turned on an LED spotlight.
When we actually measured the illuminance, and there was 3 to 4 times increase in our light that was reaching all the levels of the building. It was pretty cool.
Wow, this actually made like a really cool difference. I think it's about having the students recognize that by the technical training that they are receiving, they can dream up their own ideas and they can work on projects that can have an impact to society.
See, MIT video production. That means that in these universities, we are working just as a volunteers, but there they have their production systems where they do officially these things. And this one finished in how many minutes? 3 minutes. Now you saw 3 videos. Tell me which one is more impressive. Number 2. Okay. Number 2 is also very impressive. But you can see the number 3, the audio quality, the video quality, the point, they summarize within just 3 minutes. So you have to summarize everything within 3 minutes.